If you want to become a pilot but the cost scares you, listen to this. You're paying way too much. In this video, I'll break down the real ways to fund flight school without going $100,000 in debt. Scholarships. There's so much funding out there, guys. There's so much funding for us. Scholarships, financial aid, yes, financial aid, and loans and things like that. But there's other ways to get school paid for or partially paid for, and help you out with those costs. So let's talk about it. So how am I affording flight school? I'll tell you straight up. It's a lot of savings, not enough, but it's a lot of savings. On top of savings, other means of savings like financial aid, scholarships, rich aunts and uncles, parents, whoever can help you just support your dreams. So scholarships. Let me tell you now. Since I'm transitioning over to UND, University of North Dakota, I can use more scholarships and more assets, in that category and fund it towards my degree, okay, my program, which is a full degree at the university. And with that being said, I can use scholarships. I can apply for them. Once you apply for a scholarship, all you got to do is fund it towards your school, send it to your school, and it goes towards your curriculum, your tuition, which is what you want. Now, you can use scholarships for a Part 61, like just a regular school, not a non-university school, but it's a bit harder. You got to do a few more steps when you're going to a university or a pilot program through a school, a college or university. It's easier to fund that scholarship towards them because you're actually in a college. You can put on your application, yeah, I'm going here, and they send that money directly there. There's a few more hoops you got to hop through when you're going to a Part 61, like a private school, but it's still able to be done. But it's not as easy as doing it at a university. Now, there's different scholarships out there. You got AOPA, which is a huge organization that I'm part of, and I just go and apply, and whatever they have that I qualify for, I apply for it. That's what you got to do, guys. To stop being scared. If you see a scholarship that's available, just go and apply for it. All they're gonna say is no. You can't apply. You're not gonna get. You're not eligible. But if you're eligible, go and do it. I know one of my buddies. He got a women in aviation scholarship. He's a guy, and nobody applied for it, and he qualified and he got it. It just because it says women in aviation doesn't mean it's only for women. Seriously, it's a thing. You can apply for anything. OBAP, or Organization of Black Pilots, is another huge organization. It's not just for Black pilots; it's for all minorities, guys. It's for anyone who's I don't want to say not as fortunate, but minorities. Anybody who lower income, whoever you are, if you're a minority and you're looking for a scholarship, minority of any sort, not just black, go join OBAP. OBAP is great. They have they have conventions every year that you can go to, meet people in the industry, network, which is the best thing you can do is network in this industry. You might know this person who's going to know that person who's going to know that hiring person at American or Delta, and that can get you. And networking is amazing in this field, in any field, really. But you want to just network. But OBAP, so many opportunities there. Now, the way it works, I know it's like a funding pool. You apply for any scholarship that's available there. A lot of companies come to OBAP, Southwest, FedEx, UPS, Delta, American, and then they put, hey, I want to throw this to you guys. I want to give this money, and whoever qualifies, send them our way. They send millions of dollars to OBAP a year so people can apply for those scholarships and get in, like type ratings. If you take this course or do that, you can get in with American, and boom, we'll pay for this. Like even things like that. It's really, really good. So lots of funding opportunities out there, lots of different scholarships. All you got to do, go on Google, go search up scholarships for pilots, scholarships for student pilots, whatever it is, get that money. Another great thing about universities and colleges, financial aid. Yep. I applied for financial aid, and guess what? I got it. You know why? Because I got a lot of kids. Even though I'm working, I make money, I still fall under umbrella to where, okay, he's going to a university, back to school. He's going to this curriculum, this program. He qualifies because his, debt to income ratio or, family, whatever they call it. I got financial aid. Now, everybody's story is different. Everybody, won't qualify, but all you got to do is try. Just apply to FAFSA and see if you can get in. Yeah, put all your information in, your tax return, whatever they need, and then they'll tell you yes or no. That's it. So look at it like this: you have a tuition for a year of $15,000. Okay, guess what? You got a Pell Grant for $5,000. Well, guess what? That 15 just turned into $10,000. Who's going to say no to that? Of course I'm going to. I don't care how I get there. If I can get there the cheapest way possible, I'm still going to be flying that same plane for the same hourly rate or yearly rate that I was going to apply if I paid um, full price for it. You know what I mean? So I'm on top of the Pell Grants and all the funding that they give you for free. They also have loans, like subsidized loans and unsubsidized loans, to where if you get a loan through them, it could probably pay for your whole tuition, and then you pay that back when you're done with school. So when you're done with everything, that's when you start paying that loan back. Okay, so you can become a CFI, you can already have a job, whatever it is, and then you start paying that back based on how much you make. Now, when you become a pilot and start making $90+ an hour, you're gonna pay that back in no time, right? So 50,000, 100, whatever it is, you're gonna pay it back. You're gonna be making good money. At least I know I am when I'm a pilot. So these are some of the opportunities that you have as far as getting money and how to pay for your flight school. There's lots of ways out there, guys. Just if you're really passionate about it, you have to be passionate about finding ways to cut the cost. I know this is a lot of people's top subject. How do I pay for school? How do I do this? How do how am I going to get the money? There's ways, guys. There's so many ways out there. Don't be afraid to fund yourself, to fund your future, because in the long run, it's going to pay back. It's always going to pay back. It's going to come back and bless you in other ways. So definitely go out there and get the funding that you need and save money. Lastly, of course, loans, guys. Wells Fargo, Sallie Mae, Chase Bank. There's a lot of banks out there that's going to fund your flight school, the whole thing. And usually, yeah, you pay it back afterwards too. And you know why they fund you? Because they know how much pilots make. So they know they're going to get their money back, right? So there's a lot of ways that you can just pull a loan and just say, you know what, I'm gonna pull a loan, I'm gonna pay this interest on it, and I'm gonna pay it back when I'm a pilot. A lot of people go that way too, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you have opportunities to get scholarships and to get funding, why not? Just go out and do it. Just put a little bit more effort and work into it, and you can get funding. I know I am. I really want to keep it going. I don't want to stop. I want to go the whole way without stopping school. So any way I can fund my schooling is what I'm going to do to try to get it. Okay. So that's just in a nutshell about just how I'm affording it, guys. So financial aid for me, scholarships in the works, as well as savings. And then, at the end of the day, the last resort is pulling out a loan. Pulling out loans, it doesn't matter for me. I'm going to do it because I want to finish school. So those are my ways that I'm getting to it. And, this platform as well, sharing this knowledge and open up this platform, the more subscribers that I get, the more people that I can reach. You guys can help me out as well by liking my page and just, liking what I do here. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching me. But follow my journey, guys. This is just a bit about me and my story. And I want to see more people get to that dream, because a lot of people I talk to today is, man, how do you do it? How you pay for it? Da, da, da. That's the first thing I always get. How do you pay for it? It's expensive, yes, but nothing's really free in life. You go be a doctor, you got to pay for school too, which is more than this. You go be a lawyer, you pay for college, you pay for all that. So this is just another step that you have to pay and fund differently, but still, you're still, following or chasing the dream that you want, and you're paying to do it, but you're going to get so much back in rewards. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, just getting that funding a little bit less out of your pocket and more into, that scholarship or other funding that you can get is going to help you out in the long run. Less money out of your pocket makes it easier for you to financially afford it. So if you want me to make a scholarship list for you guys, or you like a loan list, just drop a comment below. Let me know if you're looking for that, and I can happily do that for you. Guys, I didn't even touch on the military. Military is another aspect of this that's going to be insane. You don't even have any idea how much money you can get from the military if you're a service member or if you're going to the services. There's so much benefits with the GI Bill. That's for the next video. If you're interested in that, let me know. Drop a comment for me, and then I will definitely give you all that information. Other than that, guys, just focus on your studies. If you're in flight school already, keep getting at it. If you're looking at getting into it, ask me some questions and I'll be happy to answer those for you guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.